Good evening and welcome to anyone that is joining me this evening. I really hope that you have a really gorgeous, beautiful evening with us. If you are watching here on the replay, please still pop your comments in and I will, of course, see them on the replay. But if anyone is here tonight, please just come and be in this wonderful, beautiful energy. I know tonight is going to be amazing and incredible. And for any wonderful, beautiful people who are here, if you are wanting an intuitive energy reading, or you are wanting a psychic medium reading, as you can see, I put a nice little pinned message just there. Please just let me know which one works for you. And just a couple of house rules just to get started with. These readings tonight here, they are just for entertainment purposes. So if I give you some guidance, I'll give you some guidance, but please just take it as just guidance. And if I do connect you with a really gorgeous, beautiful loved one, then I do. And just please chat back and forth with me because it really helps build the energy. It's the best way I can possibly describe it because it's like there's this flow and it's like there's this beautiful, gorgeous bridge that happens when, you're here in this energy with me. And it's really lovely when I get to see you guys, when you get to chat to me. And it's just beautiful. And hey, Charlie. And hey, Katie, you made it tonight. Hey, beautiful girl. That's my bestie, Katie. I did wonder if you were going to make it or not tonight, my bestie. So thank you for being here. And I won't be doing anything medical. And I also won't be doing anything to do with pregnancy. I just don't cover those. Okay. But anything else is completely tonight for you guys. And just remember that what you do say is in the public domain. Okay, so, be very mindful that this could be viewed for many years to come or other people could see it. So, if you do want to keep your privacy, that's totally cool. But all I ask is that you just let me know, if I'm picking up on something and I'm in the right kind of area. And, and if you want anything absolutely specific, then please, just say that. So, and also just with the advertisements, because I know that they were a bit too much last time, they're every 30 minutes now. So it's the best I can do for you every 30 minutes. So anyway, welcome and good evening. And just please, come and say hello. And at the moment we have hello, Charlie, 402012. You've got a little 2 by your name. Okay, cool. That's awesome. You were just voice noting you. Then you remembered, because I did say I was going to go live. So Charlie says, hi, I would love a reading. Nothing specific, whatever comes through. Thanks, Helen. Oh, Helen, you have a really gorgeous, beautiful vibration. And if you are here as well, please just give me like a love heart. That is amazing. And please like the live because that also gets it out to other people and allows me to just work with other people. And lastly, if you do know anybody that would love to be here, please just share this stream because again, it really, helps other people find me. So anyway, as we've got Charlie here and we've got Katie. Katie, I read for you all the time, my darling. Okay. And Charlie, you're here as well. So yeah, if it's just Charlie here, and I'll go for as long as I personally feel, So Charlie, do you have a preference whether that is you want a loved one to come through, or would you? Hello, Samina from Pakistan. Hello, my lovely. You put a little note before as well, didn't you? Do you have a preference whether you prefer it to be intuitive or you prefer a loved one to come through to you? Just please let me know just in the chat there what it is that you're looking for, and I can kind of get started. And then also we've got Samina. It's amazing to think that I've reached Pakistan. I'm in Derby here, by the way, in the United Kingdom, and I have now added some other bits and pieces so that, if you do want to work with me in a one-to-one privately, you can actually, come to my home now. I'm allowing people to come and do that. So you'll see that on there. Hey, Tracy Armitage. Hey, love. How are you doing? How's things over there in beautiful Texas? I did a gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful reading for a lovely, lovely man, about 90 minutes. I finished about 6:45 tonight. Beautiful. So he was somewhere over across the pond, which is just gorgeous. So yeah, so being as we've got a few of you here, I know it's going to warm up and we're going to get some more people. Charlie, you haven't put anything there. I don't know if you're still here. But yeah, let's just now indicate who is available for a reading. Oh, Charlie's put a loved one. Oh, okay, Charlie, because of course you've got a 40-second delay. Sorry, my darling. Tracy says, I'm good. It's quite hot. Oh, awesome. Okay. So Charlie, let's pin yours and let's get started with you. I'm just going to replace my pin message. Okay, cool, wicked. So you have said a loved one would be good that would come through to you. So, and if you do notice, I've just got a drink of squash here. I tend to have a drink in between readings for people. It helps kind of clear the energy. So let's see what I've got when I come through to you. And I know Katie is also a reader here. She picks up on stuff. So Charlie, your name is Helen. What do I feel? Do you know what? Instantly, I am drawn to a female energy. It feels there's a lot of women around you, and it feels like this is a. Oh, and you've put okay, of course, cool. And you've put right. So hold on. So I've got an older lady around me, and I feel a slight confusion, and I feel definitely older rather than would be younger. And you would understand something about her always making sure that she had something around her neck. I don't know why, but I really strongly want to go with like not a set of pearls, but you'd understand like a white kind of white beads or something around the necklace just coming through there. And I don't know if this is on a kind of like a grandmother vibration to you, but I feel very warm. I feel like I saw a lot of what would have gone on in the past, so to speak. But I want to say, like, she comes through with like some kind of like cashmere type sweater or something like that. But it just feels like she's got a lovely softness to us, and thank you for just loving that there, and like the hearts and the emojis and things like that, they really do help. And please just chat away amongst yourself in the chat here as well, okay? But yeah, she's got like a, I want to say like she's got a softness to her, and you would understand like she feels like she had incredibly kind eyes. And I feel like just in connecting with this vibration here, and I don't know if this is like a great grandmother to you, but she almost feels, how can I put it? I would feel very safe with her. I would feel very content with her. And I feel like you'd understand. There's something about recently, Charlie. Have you, Helen, sorry, your name is okay. But recently, have you been doing like a lot of humming, or you've been like, murmuring the same thing over and over? Because just as I sit in her energy and her vibration, she's just humming like away with me. She's just, and I feel like she was really able to just entertain herself. She also feels like she's somebody that was very intelligent, or she would have known exactly what. And they're showing me like lots and lots of old books that this lady, and I want to say, like, we're talking very, very, very old books. This is why I'm kind of feeling this woman is sort of in her 80s, stroke her 90s. But one other thing you would understand about her, and I feel like this is quite specific to her, is you would understand if there was something in between the teeth, she would get like a small bit of paper or a bit of card, and it would have to come out. And I feel like she had like her own kind of sayings and own things that she would have just come out with, like just as like little quips or little bits and pieces that she would have said. She does feel to be somebody that is very much a homebody. And I also want to say that with you, Helen, it feels like there's something about needing to sort out your home, or you'd understand what I want to say when she would say to me, home, sweet home. And if any of this resonates with you, please just tell me, okay? And if any of you are just in the chat as well, just have a bit of a chat, okay? But yeah, I really feel as I sort of connect deeper with her, she's telling me that home is a place of love. Home is a space where anyone's welcome. And why do I feel with you? It's like allowing, this is what I'm picking up with you as well, Helen, okay, is allowing people to see the truth and the depth of who it is that you are as a person. Because I feel like it's like if I met you on the street and I had a conversation with you, I really feel like you would only tell me so much to a point. But then if I got to know you deeper over time, I'd see many layers to you. And I just feel like this wonderful woman that is coming through to you. And I feel like, Katie, you're picking up on her beautiful, gorgeous energy that is just here. I really feel like you would understand. She's like, it is okay to be you. It's all right to be Helen. And I don't know why, but I also just pick up with you this need to just connect with other people and bring more people sort of towards you, and allow others to see who you truly are. Does that resonate with you? Just let me know in the chat just there if it does, okay? But that's just kind of like a synopsis of what I'm grabbing from her. But it feels very motherly, very loving. And Katie, I know that you're feeling this energy, but I also feel like you'd understand. I don't know. I want to say they're called pantyhose, but I want to say like you get little tights, don't you, that only come up to like the knee or something like that. Okay. And I just feel like you would understand, and I'm going to laugh here. Okay. You would just understand what I mean. And sometimes I feel like you just do this. Okay. Serena, thank you for staying on. Okay. I'll see if I can. I'm sure I can probably come to you, my darling. And Tracy, I'm sure I can come to you. You've got beautiful energy. It does resonate. It's my mum. Also true about me. Oh, bless you, Helen. Thank you. I'm so glad it's your wonderful mum. And as you've said that, do you know what? I've got tears just here. I have, because I feel like you would understand. It's pop socks or something like that. Okay, they're like brown, aren't they? They're tights and they come up to the knee. Okay, but they would fall down, and you would be like, "Does she not know that they've fallen down?" I just feel like you would understand that, because I feel like there's a little chuckle there. Would you also understand something about allowing and treating yourself and allowing yourself to have homemade chutneys? Helen, did you recently go to buy a lemon curd or a chutney or something, and you went, that's £6 or something like that? And I just feel like, but you can't put a price or a value on something that is homemade. Okay. It's wonderful. I felt it, Mom. Look at the smile coming through on Kel. Oh, thank you, Tracy. But yeah, no, and I feel like she's just, oh, just the energy and the vibration. And you'd also understand something about picking plums, and you'd get what I mean about making homemade pies. And I feel like you'd understand there's something about the pie bird, or the little yeah, it's not a pie bird, is it? It's, you put something in the middle of the pie, don't you, so that it doesn't collapse in the middle or something. But I feel like you would understand there's something with that. I can't quite see what that is, but I feel like, does it let the steam out of the pie? I know that sounds really daft, okay, but does that let the steam out the pie? Does anyone understand what the pie thing is? But she's just showing me that, and you'd get that. And I also want to say, you'd understand, like, when you buy the pie fillings. I don't know. I'm a food medium, by the way, just so you know. Okay, it was going to make apple. What have you put? You was going to make apple and okay, cool, wicked. Okay, I've been picking blackberries. Katie knows all about me picking blackberries. I made a post where I picked 3 bowls full. But yeah, no, and I am a food medium, by the way. I do talk a lot about food. Okay, so if you do watch me in the coming weeks, you'll know that I do chat a lot about food. And people have been known who've watched me on various platforms to gain weight, and people sit there with crisps and all kinds of things. So, but yeah, she's just showing me that there, and you'd also understand what I want to say. Like now, apparently the term is house coat, but I would call it a dressing gown here. Okay. Mum made pies for everyone on the street. Ah, okay, wicked, thank you. Okay, but do you understand also what I mean? What is it? Because it's like she wants to call it house coat, but you'd understand what I mean about making sure you wrap up warm and put the tie deeply around your waist. Okay, and just making sure that it's done in, just so it's nice and tight. And you get what I mean about not wearing your your best clothes when it would have come to doing the cleaning. Okay. And you'd also get what I mean, because I feel like Mum's got like her cleaning head on. And you'd get what I mean about like having the can of polish, and it would have been pledged back then. Okay. Or something like that. And you'd understand that like you didn't touch those things, they were Mum's things. And I feel like I've got like a nice little basket that's just under the sink there. You'll understand that when that comes out, but it's all put away nice and neatly, isn't it? There's just different bits and pieces in there, and I've kind of got like a sponge and all sorts of stuff, but she's just coming through in this really gorgeous, beautiful vibration to you today, and just such a happy, warm person. And I feel like, Helen, you would really understand that so many people miss your mum. And would you also get what I mean when she says it's always important to have um a really good relationship with people, and community spirit. And you'd understand what I mean about like VE Day or something like that. When they used to do like street celebrations and stuff. I really feel like you would also understand that's something that's really important that I just want to bring through to you, because it just feels like getting everybody together. And you'd also remember things like Christmas, okay? And you'd get you when you were younger having to sit on the smaller little table, and you get the formica. I mean, she's showing me so much. She was light sounds like, yeah, how beautiful, yeah, totally. And and I feel like her message today is allowing people to see who you are. You are wonderful and beautiful, and I don't know if you've got a tissue or something, but I just feel like you've got like a little hanky, or you would have, you know what I mean, by just putting something up inside your jumper just there, just so that you could dab your eyes. Or she just showed me that as well, which is just really beautiful. But she's coming through today with just so much love and care and just compassion, and she's got that really warm heart feeling to her. Mm. And I also feel like you would understand, like, no matter what somebody's done, no matter if someone's been, horrible or not very nice, that there's always something good to find in somebody. Does that resonate with you? Because it really should, and I feel like you'll understand, like, when you see like a misbehaved child, or there's something wrong in a relationship or something, I think I just feel like one of the things that your mum would always revert to and remind you of was, well, what about the parents? And I feel like, yes, thank you, Charlie. Okay. But I feel like that's just really important that I also pass that across to you there, because she's just she's just beautiful to spend time with. Oh, and by the way, you could absolutely lose loads of time with her. Okay. I could spend another half an hour with her. Okay. Just blabbering on about different bits and pieces. Okay. But beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous energy. And yeah, you just a couple of things just to finish just there, okay? But you'd understand, like, making sure you always give 3 rings, when you're home, and letting her know that you had always got home, so to speak. That's really important, because it stops her worrying, because she'd be like this, "Well, I worry, dear. I do worry." Okay, that would just come through to you. Um, and something about like being careful, kind of like how you would have hugged and held her towards the end. There is loads more about like a time in a home or a hospital, and bruising and whatever, but I don't feel like I really want to go there. But there's just a little touch on that there. But she just comes through. She's got like really beautiful light eyes. They're glowing, they're gorgeous. And she's just got this lovely warm vibration and beautiful feel to her today. So that's what I've got for you there. I miss her so much. She was a beautiful soul. Oh, my darling, I can feel that in the connection. Do you know that? I really and truly can feel how much love there was. And I feel like you would say, like, I had a mother in a million, you know? Um, Something about Danielle Steele books as well. See, they can keep going and going and going. Okay. But something about Danielle Steele books, and something about a good love story. Because we all love a bit of love, don't we? Hey? And just remember, love is amazing and love is incredible when you do find it. Mm. What a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous woman. Oh, my darling, thank you for letting me start tonight with this wonderful, gorgeous energy. Um, yeah, there's a Mary or an M sounding name just coming through to the end there. And something about 20th or 21st of February, there is an important date or a connection just there. And Lily of the Valley and Lilac. I don't know what those are. I always usually end with them, those random things. I don't know what they are. But anyway, that's yours, my darling. And I hope that helps you. And the good thing about these live streams is you can watch this one back. So this will always be here for many, many years. So if ever you want to come back and watch this reading, I will repost this after it has ended and finished today. So you can always come and watch it, and just thank you for giving up some of your time just to work with me in this gorgeous energy. I know everyone who has been here, and I'm sure if anybody is watching on the replay, I'm sure, if you can feel the energy of this lady's beautiful mother, then you'll understand that we were blessed and connected with a wonderful loved one today. So that's yours, Helen. Thank you so, so much. Mwah. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. And your mum, she just gives you a wave and she just says, she'll see you soon, dear. Bye, dear. It's like that. Okay, there you go. That's yours, my darling. All right. Thank you ever so much. Bless you. Oh, amazing. Wow. Beautiful, gorgeous. What a wonderful way to start this evening. And I hope for any of you watching, you're enjoying it so far. And if you are on the replay, I really hope you have enjoyed that. And, if you did pick up on anything else, just please say, because I know sometimes, intuitive energy readers, they do watch stuff back and they'll pick up things, that was being channeled through as well. So that's gorgeous. So who else do we have here? We have wonderful Tracy Armitage. You've got gorgeous energy, but you've got a very strong purpose there, Tracy. Yeah, you're a reader yourself, my lovely. I don't know why, but there's some things coming through for you there, and we've also got Samina just here, which is just beautiful. So, yeah, and obviously Katie. Did you feel it? You felt that? Such an incredible reading, Katie. Thank you, and her soul feels beautiful. Oh, amazing, awesome. If anyone else is here, please just pop through and put something else on the chat there. But who else would like to be considered, or for me to also read for them, being as there's so many beautiful souls here tonight? Mm. Just have a bit of a drink. Otherwise, I get left with residual energy, you see. So, just one of those things. Um, Thank you. Bless you, Tracy. Are you wanting to hear from me? And Samina, are you wanting to hear from me? And I don't know who else is in the chat here. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see if anyone else just comments just here for a minute. But yes, you do have wonderful energy there, Tracy. Hello, Roseflower 2085. Hello. You've got gorgeous energy, Roseflower. You've got loads of Reiki energy coming through you. I would love to read for you if you are open to considering that. So yeah, please just pop through and just let me know what it is you want, and I will come to another one in a minute. Jack's here to say hello. You can't see my rescue dog, but I have a rescue puppy. He's 2. He's called Jack, and you're just having a head scratch, aren't you, Jack? Yes. And that little waggy tail. Tracy says, yes, please. Tracy, let's come to you, my darling. You have gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Wow. Oh, wow. Let me just say, okay, I feel, Jack, do you want to go and lie down, sweetheart? No, you can't get up. No, you can't. I'm sorry. You could come up here, but I know you would try. Yeah, he would try, but he's not going to. Hi, Jack. Yeah, Katie knows Jack very well. What it is to have a border collie puppy is all I've got to say. Anyway, Tracy, right, let's just pin yours. Hello, Meg. Meg's got to also say hello as well. So, Tracy, what do I pick up with you? Oh, you've been on a journey. You've been on a journey of self-discovery and a journey back to yourself to understand who you truly are as a person. And you've been through the ringer, Tracy. Let me tell you, you've been through the washing machine on a speed of 1,000. And at one point, you wanted to say that you wanted to get off of the roller coaster. I feel like you'll understand that. But what I'm picking up with you is that I really hope that you educate, you mentor, or you teach people in some capacity. And Rose, stay with me, my lovely, and I'm sure I'll pick something up for you. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, ma'am. Awesome. Okay. But I really feel like what I'm picking up for you is the need to kind of like coach or mentor people. But you'll understand you don't accept no for an answer, but in a really good way. And am I right? Would I be right in saying you're really great at kicking people up the backside, so to speak? You're really great at kind of like shifting people and moving people. Okay. And you're very good at doing that role, and people are very thankful for you. I'm sure that makes some kind of sense to you, because I'm kind of feeling like you're like, Gail, come on. I don't know who Gail is, by the way. Okay, just using it as example name, all right. But very much. But I feel like, for example, you're like, Gail, come on. And Tracy, you're also the person, they're showing me this, that you organize things for people. You are the doer. Okay, you are the organizer. But what I need to also say to you is that, and I feel like this is important, okay, sometimes you don't need to organize everything. Sometimes you don't need to do everything. And sometimes when we're not always doing those things, what it does enable other people to do is step forward. Because I feel like sometimes it's always falls on your shoulders, Tracy. I feel you're like, oh, that's it, Trace will do it. Good old Trace. You know, she'll get it sorted, she'll get it done. But I don't know why, but I feel like, you know, sometimes it can get a bit tiring, kind of like always having to G people up and always be jolly. And I wonder sometimes, you know, whether, you know, you allow yourself some of those moments and some of those time where you do relax and you do chill. And why do I feel like I want to say, like, when was your last spa day, or your last time where you sort of indulged yourself? And why would I like to say something around your feet? Have you had any reflexology lately? Or why do I feel like you'll understand something about the feet and the meridians? And yeah, do you have any acupuncture or anything at all like that? Because I really feel like with you, I'm kind of tapping into your meridians and needing to release some kind of like trapped energy from you, but not in a bad way, in like a really good way. But and weirdly enough, I don't know why this sits with you, okay, but um I don't know if this is your thing at all, to be fair, but kind of like having like a really deep tissue massage. Have you been considering that at all? in any way, because it feels like there's some tension kind of like from under your shoulder blade sort of pushing up, and it almost like it needs some tension. It almost like I need to sort of push and move some of that energy just up, because it feels like you hold like quite a bit of tension sort of around this area, just in your back at the top there. And I want to say that comes from always everybody having to sort of lean on you and, work with you. Ha ha, I got this, of course. This is definitely, I now learn to people to put their own work in. No, but I did have a chakra done. I wish I was doing Tai Chi, and yes, it does. Oh, awesome, wicked. Thank you for giving me all that positive confirmation there. But can I just say to you that I really feel like just releasing some tension. Specifically, I want to say, like, it feels like on the right hand side, because they're kind of showing me like your color body, so to speak. And I feel like there's some red energy just at the top of the shoulder blade there. Yes, there's a shoulder blade there up to there. There's like some energy there. And I don't know, but probably you could start just massaging. I mean, I know it's reversed here on the mirror, okay, but I just feel like you could, Arch, darling, sweetheart, there's no need for paw licking. Sorry, Archie's a bit of an obsessive paw licker. But yeah, no, I just feel like there's just like I could just almost do that for you, just give you a bit of a sort of a release of some sort of tension in your body there. So I want to give you that. But yeah, but weirdly enough, just in connecting further and deeper with your energy, I kind of feel like this need to teach people, and I feel like you'll understand, like, would this resonate with you? Okay. You see so many of the youth today, and you feel like they're missing having a parent. Okay. And I don't know why, but I feel like, do young boys sort of 17, 16, 17, 18, you broke your neck a few years ago, pins in it, but yes, always neck. Okay, perfect. That makes sense why I'm picking the red energy up. But thank you for commenting there, Tracy. I appreciate that. Okay. But what I'm also picking up though with you is you do exceptionally well with like 17, 16, 17, 18-year-old boys. They listen to you. And I don't know whether they feel like you're some kind of like mum vibration, but you do really, really well. And it's like you meet them at their level is what she's showing me. Well, not whoever it is, it's just showing me here that you're able to meet them at their level. And you won't put up with their attitude, and you won't put up with the way that they are. And you're very forthright and you're very forthcoming as a person. And we need that. And I don't know if you've ever considered like working with younger boys or something, but I just feel like, do you know what? A lot of people look up to you. And it's not just women around you. You've got teenage boys that also look up to you. Like, you're kind of like this mum figure. And I feel like it's like, yeah, thanks, mum. Or, I don't know why, but I'm really picking up that sense of like the motherly vibration in you. And it makes you happy to help others. But I also feel like I'm really picking up this sense of like sometimes teenagers can't talk to their own parents. And I don't know why I'm giving you this, but well, I just know that I give what I give if I'm fair, okay. But what I am picking up here is like, do you know what? You're an ear for so many people. And you make people feel seen, and you make people feel heard. And Tracy, that in itself, my darling, is a very, very rare quality. And I just want to pass that through to you today, because I don't know if you're aware of the profound effect that you actually do have on so many people that are around you. But you are loved and you are cherished for who you are. And you've done so much work with your energy. You really have. You've plowed through your inner child work in the past. You've really made a point of, looking over your wounds, and you're very much, Tracy, someone who is also about not wanting to pass on wounds to other people. I mean, you name it, Tracy's done it, right? I literally feel like I could name a different modality, and Tracy's like, yeah, I tried that in 2019, love. I did that one in 2022. I had a chakra cleanse 2023. I had a tarot read in 2024. 2025 did that inner child thing, Kel. It literally, honestly, it just feels like you've tried so many different things. But I feel like the overall course of this sort of message, so to speak, for you, my darling, is, inherently don't change. I do feel that is what I am, sunshine. I appreciate how I have, and I definitely, it is true. Oh, bless you, my darling. Okay, but yeah, just know that you're a very special soul, and you've so many people to help. But the one thing I do want to say to you is just remembering that boundaries are very, very, very important, and we must have those boundaries with people and be able to, push back. Um, but yeah, I really needed to just come through today and just to say to you that, your voice matters, your words make a difference, and your names are being talked about, my darling, in rooms that other people haven't entered just yet. And I smile for you because you certainly have been through it. And I want to say you'll understand, like 1978, there's something about that year. Have you got a missing year or something? I don't know how old you are, but there's something about 1978. I don't know what it is. I mean, sometimes I give years to Tracy. You have a real gift to help others and you have a beautiful energy. Oh, Katie, thank you. That's gorgeous just to say that there. That's really lovely. And I do love it, how, like, I know this is going to grow and grow and grow over the weeks, So, Tracy, I'd love you to pop back at some point and let us know how you get on. But I just feel like today's little message was, do you know what? We see you. We know how hard you work. And thank you for taking all of this time that you have to help so many people. But just know there's so many other people that need your light, that need your energy, and they need you, right? And that's what's really, really, really important. And never forget that. You are a beautiful, truly soul. And, I also want to say, I feel like you'll understand, like, somebody or something is really looking after you. And it just feels gorgeous. So, and you put, oh, I love you, girl, working on the boundaries. And that is definitely what I am learning. I smell of you, 1978. I almost left my family on a bus with hippies. I chose to stay with my family. I am 61. Oh, my God, my darling. You're just a mum through and through. You've got a beautiful, like, isn't the energy tonight? And if you're watching on the replay, if you are feeling this energy, it just feels so feminine. It feels so warm. It feels so welcoming. And this environment today, it feels such a safe place. So, if anyone has come here by accident, or, me, you're right meant to be here, and your mum is right next to me in spirit. Oh, how beautiful. And you do have a really authentic connection with your mum. But just on that, you would know that you two together weren't always the best. I feel like you'll understand, could fight like cat and dog, or could be best friends and best sisters. I feel like it was either Arthur or Martha. You would understand that. It was either you were all or you were nothing. And your dad just shakes his head and goes, out of my realm, love. Nothing to do with me. Nah, nothing to do with me. Nah, let them get on with it. They'll make it up tomorrow. They'll be all right tomorrow. Don't worry about it. They'll be fine. I don't know why, but you just understand that, because I feel like I do, because I can see fighting like cat and dog just going on. Do you know that? Oh, girl. But that's yours anyhow, my darling. And please just keep doing your good work. Please keep sharing your love with so many people. And yeah, and just to end there, yeah, just to end, you would understand that when little children look up at you and smile, it's because they're smiling at the light that you bring. My mum was only 15 years older than me, so we were, oh wow, that was close. But yeah, just I just feel like so many children look at you, but they're not looking at you for any reason. They're looking at you because they can feel your light, and they can see your light, and they can see how totally wonderful and gorgeous you are. Um, yeah, animals love you too. And oh, I could just give you a big, beautiful, gorgeous squeeze, because I just feel like so beautiful. Anyway, that's yours, my darling. Thank you ever so much for being here. And it's been a pleasure to read for you tonight. Thank you so much. And this reading will be also, it'll stay here. So you can come back and watch this one if ever you want to in the future. And I think I think YouTube is a really, really beautiful platform to just be on. This feels so much nicer and quieter. Than any other sort of platform. Isn't the plan, my love? Be the light, big squeeze back. Oh, I just love the love in this room tonight. It is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, who else have we got here? Have we got anybody else here that's managed to pop in? Because I know this count up here, this number here can be sometimes anything up to 30 seconds behind. I was watching, to be fair. So I'll just give you guys a chance. But that's been two really beautiful readings that have come through this evening, which is gorgeous. And we've got our wonderful, oh, hello, Rose. You're still here, which is beautiful. I would love to read for you, my darling. Of course I would. Let me just take a couple of sips there. And Rose, I think you said that There was nothing specific that you wanted. I'm pretty sure you said that. But if you do change your mind, please just let me know there. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. And please, can you read for me? Yes, let's see what we've got there for you. So, what have we got? Oh, I want to bring through a male to you, if I may. And I want to do this. I want to do my fingers. This is my Kindle, but I want to do my fingers like that. And I want to understand, I want you to know that I feel like the older man would have done that on the kitchen table or something when he was waiting for dinner or he was waiting for food. I feel like you know this male very well to you. Would you understand a male in passing who had quite bad arthritis would have been in his fingers, please? Because I feel like I've got a tension. I feel like I've got a stiffness. And I feel like, I don't know why I'm seeing this, but you'll understand when people have arthritis, like the knuckles get bigger, because I'm just seeing, like, I don't know if he had like Raynaud's or something as well, but just know that he's just showing me that. And I feel like he's going to come through to me kind of like as he was towards the end, more so than when he was in a really good vibration. But he's only going to show me that for a little bit, just so I can give you some fundamental details around him. But I feel like you would understand with this man. I've kind of feel like he lost a lot of weight towards the end. He feels like he's got kind of like loose skin. I feel like you would understand. I don't know if you took care of this man or whatever, but you would understand, like, when you saw him towards the end, or you would have seen photos towards the end, you would think he was a shell of a man. Because they're showing me that, because it's like his clothes hung off him. Oh, that's lovely. And you sent me a little chat, super chat. Oh, thank you, my darling. I really appreciate that. Thank you ever so much, Tracy. But yeah, no, Rose, just coming back to you, my love. Yeah, I really feel like I'm seeing him kind of like towards the end, and you would understand, like, he was struggling to, would have been kind of like eat his porridge or eat whatever. I'm just seeing that. But I feel like I'm showing you that because I feel like you'll understand if I now go back in time with this male who wants to come through to you, you'll understand he was very, very very intelligent, very articulate, and it was really hard to believe that this man had gone down road so quickly. Like, he had gone from being really fit and healthy. And can you understand, like, there's a problem with my finger here. I feel like this finger here, which would be my wedding ring finger, okay, it feels really cold, and that's why I feel like I've got Raynaud's, or because I just feel like this finger would go very white, if this makes any sense to you at all. But I just feel like in him coming through, he kind of feels like he had a very important role. They're giving me kind of like a Captain Tom kind of vibration. I don't know who he was, but I think he was a great speaker or something if you put him in sort of Wikipedia. But I just really feel like what I'm feeling with this man coming through is that, he went downhill so incredibly quickly from being someone who was very articulate, able to take care of himself, and knew his way around the kitchen, to then being somebody that was just a shell of who they were. And I don't know why I want to bring this man through to you, but I just sense that, like, it's almost like it's two different people, but it's not. It's the same person. But what you would understand is that, and I don't know why, but I feel like this is important that I give you this, okay? But you would understand that even if somebody could have been quite stoic or quite firm, or stuck in their decisions, so to speak, it's amazing how someone softens when it comes to their passing, so to speak. And I feel like with this man, you never really truly knew him. I feel like that is so important that I'd say this to you. Like, you don't feel like you ever truly knew him, because he never showed who he truly was, because he was always trying to present himself um, as somebody that other people looked up to. And I really do feel like this man was like respected by so many people, and I can see him so clearly. And I feel like you'll understand. If I want to push my glasses up, my love, I just want to push them up my nose just there. And I just want to say, like, sometimes he would have frowned. I'm seeing what feels to be like, like looking at a newspaper, but I feel like you'll understand, like, it would have been just held back from a little bit of a distance just there. but just always that, like, when they sort of do that little look there, just, they're sort of looking and just seeing what's going on. And I don't know if the name like Arthur or Anthony or anything at all like that means anything to you. But yeah, he does. And I also feel like you'd understand. They're just showing me this thing like where he would have crossed his leg over. It is my uncle, is it? Thank you, Rose. Okay. But do you understand what I mean? Where like he crosses his leg over, but he was very a tall man. But towards the end, like he lost so many inches. I feel like he was maybe 6'1" and he went down to about kind of 5'9", 5'8" in height. Um, but do you know what? He was shrewd with his money. He was, and did he pass leaving like quite a bit of money or something? But yet he lived such a basic life. And I just feel like the reason why he's coming through today is it's almost like that. You never really know somebody, do you know? And it's almost like lots of people were shocked. Yes, he did leave quite a bit of money, thank you, but lots of people were shocked. They were just like, "How?" But he never lived. He could have lived such a better life. There was so many other things that he could have done, but he just kept screwing it away. And I also feel like you'll understand, like, he had this thing about not throwing things away. They're just showing me, like, loads of glass jars, even keeping rusty nails, old screws. And I feel like, uh, you know, um, what is it? Gaffer tape, grey tape to just stick things together rather than buying new things. Also doing something, when it comes to like resoling shoes rather than going to buy like another pair of new shoes. He was always sort of making do, but then when he did want to dress up he could really look quite smart, but it was sort of very rare. But he also comes through with like a very strong smelling cologne, but only on the occasions when he was actually going to go out. But I also feel like you would understand, it was almost like you wondered which version of this person that you were going to get. But you would know that if he didn't want to speak and he didn't want to talk, he was just in one of those days where he didn't want to speak and he didn't want to talk. But I feel like you really wanted to get to know him though, Rose. Do you know that? I do, and I feel like because it feels like he was quite lonely, do you know, towards the end. And I just feel like sometimes he would watch the clock and you'd also understand the chime, like the ding, ding. Yes, I wanted to get to know him, thank you. But um yeah, because I feel like you'd understand. They're just showing me there, please. Something about like a carriage clock. Because I'm just seeing like it goes one way, doesn't it? And then it goes another way. And then it always strikes on the hour, the clock. And sometimes he would just in his head he would count and he would go 1, 2, 3, or whatever hour it was. And he would just sometimes he wouldn't look up and sometimes he would, but then he'd just do this. He was forever always just doing this. And I feel like you always wondered what happened in his head. And I feel like another thing, yes, I had his bell clock. Thank you. Bless you. Okay. I feel like it was important. I gave you that. But yeah, you always wondered, like, it's like you could have sat with him for hours, but it was having that opportunity. But he was such a closed book. But I feel like he had so many stories about when, it was back in the war, for example, or I don't know, but I feel like he was kind of like he went through um no, it wasn't the war, was it? No, it wasn't. But he went through something, and there was so much that he could have told people. But it's like he took so much to the grave, Rose. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. He took a lot of secrets with him to the grave. And that's one thing you always admired about him was that, he was very confidential and he would always have the same thing. I feel like you would always understand, like he'd always would have like 11s, so to speak. Okay. And he'd always have like his toast and he'd always have 2 slices of toast and marmalade. Um, yeah. And it would have been Robinson's marmalade or something like that. Okay. And he would just have that and he would just cut them in 2 and he would eat them with his morning paper, which I want to say is like the Times or something like that. I feel like it was the Times more than it was like the Daily Mail, that kind of idea, because it's a broadsheet. It's not a open normal paper, so to speak. Okay. Um, But he always had like the same breakfast. He always ate the same thing. And you and Rose used to be like, well, doesn't he get bored of always eating the same thing? And I feel like you were like, he doesn't have much of a variety in his life, does he? And I feel like you'd get also, I'm just seeing kippers, okay? And I feel like you'd get, didn't they used to stick? I mean, does anyone else remember that? Okay. My granddad used to have kippers, but it was only allowed to be on a Saturday morning when it was in the summer, and only when all the windows were open because my nan couldn't stand kippers. But my granddad would sometimes cook them when my nan had popped out to the, well, we used to have a little fruit and veg stall not far from us. And I'm just seeing that back there. And I just feel like you'd understand, like, okay. But he was very regimented and very disciplined as to who he was, but just a really lovely guy, to be fair. Yes, my dad loved kippers and stank the house out. There you are, Katie. So we have something very similar in common there, my love. Oh, dear, 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 dear. It's just something just to laugh about, isn't it? Okay, but yeah, just a man of mystery, really, to be fair. Just somebody who, we would have just loved to have seen more of and known more about. But he comes through to you today anyhow, just to his message to you today would be to make the most of life, make the most of the world, and just be grateful and thankful. But don't do some of the things that he did, because there was so many opportunities that he had where, he could have gone out and he could have seen other people, and there was so many places that he could have been and he didn't go. I don't know why, but I feel like you'd understand like coach trips and stuff, and he would always be, well, I'm all right. I'm all right here. I'm happy, and he just spent so much time at home, compared to where it would have been for anybody else. So yeah, what a lovely man coming through, but such a shame, really. I don't know if you guys feel that, okay, but I just feel like there was so much more that he could have done with his life, and that's why he's just coming through today and saying, "Do you know what? That thing that you want to do, go do it." And that's true for so many of us. And if you are watching on the replay here, so many of us, we just sit and we say tomorrow. I'll do that thing tomorrow, and we put things off and we put things off. And the problem is when hello, Andrea, hello, my sweetheart. But when we put things off, what are we putting them off for? I made a post last week, which is what, every day is one day less. And it's true. Every day that you spend with the wrong person, in the wrong job, not living the life that you would want to, it's one day less that you get to spend with the right person, doing the right job, living not saying it's a right life, but I feel like don't cross over not having done some of the things that you want to do, and stop putting them off. We're all guilty of that, aren't we? And saying, well, I'll be happy when I've got 200 quid, I'll go and do that. Well, actually, when you start thinking about it, live your life in those moments, because what are we? We're coming into August. They're not just words from me, they're just words from spirit, really, if I'm fair. But, we're going to be in August, less than 10 days, and then we've got 4 months up towards Christmas. So I just feel like, Rose, just live your life, darling. He died with so much money, and there were so many things that he could have done, and he didn't live them. And he's just come through to you today, Rose, just to say, go and do it. If it's 80 quid, 100 quid, whatever. Because the other thing he says, and this is kind of like tongue in cheek like that, okay, it's kind of like the saying of, when it's gone, it's gone. And that's true, isn't it? When you've spent it and there's nothing more. But wouldn't it be great to sort of look back and go, but I did this, I did this, I did this. And lastly, Rose, I just feel like that's true. We put things off, the next day we do. We do, and we always say, I'm going to get round to it, but before you know it, So anyway, that's your message that he's come to give you. Thank you for all the validation. Thank you for confirming so many things. He left money, he had a bell clock, and stuff and things. So yeah, that's just his message to you. Stop putting off. This is what he says. Stop putting off what you can do today until tomorrow. And you only get to live once. And make sure when you cross over that you can look back at your life and say, I had a great one, rather than I achieved and did 50% of the things that I wanted to do. So, so, so important. Anyway, beautiful soul, thank you ever so much for letting me be with you today, for letting me read for you. And I really hope some of the things that I shared, they made you smile. And it's funny, isn't it? Because you didn't want anybody, you had your uncle come through who, well, looked after every penny, and he probably counted shirt buttons. I don't know why, but he had a jar of shirt buttons as well. And he would have kept a cork from a bottle of wine. I feel like he liked a bottle of port or red wine. I'm just seeing port or red wine. Well articulated, much needed guidance. Hello, Samina. What did you want to know, my darling? Please, I think you've just popped back, haven't you? So let me know what it is that you actually want some guidance and help and some support with. But that's yours, Rose. There you are, my darling. Thank you ever so much. Bless you for being here today. It's been gorgeous to have this energy with you. So thank you. Honestly, amazing. Right, so who else do we have here? We've obviously got Andrea. I don't know if you're here, my darling, but beautiful to catch onto your vibration. Andrea, I feel like I know your energy from before, but I feel like there's been some growth and there's been some changes and there's been some moves there for you. So if you are wanting to have a reading and be considered, please just pop that into the chat to me there, and I would love to be able to help you. And Samina, you are wanting an intuitive read. Okay, so let's just have a sip of drink. I hope we're enjoying ourselves so far here this evening. Give me a heart if you're enjoying this evening. I know there's not many of us, but let's make the most of it, eh? I'm sure as the weeks go on, we will get more and more people in here. Definitely, this is only my second time live, so I'm sure. And like I say, please share it with other people. And I think this was watched by 110 people afterwards last week, which is great, which is really, really good. So. And thank you to so many of you staying all the way through. I appreciate that. Yes, please. Yes. So let's do Samina, and then Andrea, if you wouldn't mind staying on, darling, I will come to you as well. I do know you, Andrea. I know you very well. I feel like I do. So Samina, let's do an intuitive reading for you, shall we? So you are in gorgeous, beautiful Pakistan. And thank you, Andrea. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. If anyone is just joining, welcome, good evening. You're more than welcome to be here. These are intuitive readings and psychic readings for anyone that is present here in the chat this evening. So Samina. Decisions, decisions, decisions. You've been, I feel like I can see you actually. I feel like you've been pondering a lot and you've been wondering what to do, but you are torn between two sides of the coin. Do you do what is right for you, or do you do what your family would want you to do? Okay. And I feel you are tied, and I feel like you don't want to upset and you don't want to hurt people, but there is also that sense of, when do you get to live your life? When do you get to go and do the things that you want to do and be the person that you are, beautiful soul? Okay. And I really feel like this sense of, and you've got an older male coming through to you, and you would know this older male because he would have had longer hair. But it would have kind of, like, it feels like it would have been tied up on top of his head or something, or you'd know what I mean about like a loose bun or something at the back. I don't know if you know who this man is, but he feels like he's an elder to you, or he is a wise man working with you as we bring this connection together here today. But yeah, I really feel this. Really, what I want to say to you as I tune into your energy is remembering that you're here for you. Okay. And you're here to do the things that are right for you. But it feels like what I'm seeing with you is like your hands being tied, so to speak, and you're torn. And I don't know if anybody else is picking up on this in a chat, but it just feels like, do I do that or do I do that? And what I feel is, what does your heart say? Because you're here for you, but it doesn't. And I mean, I know it matters, what family think and stuff, but I want to say this with as much love as I possibly can to you today, but you have to make sure that you're happy. You can't always please other people and do what is right for other people. You're you, right? And you deserve to have a really beautiful, gorgeous, happy life. And why do I feel like there's a male around you? And you're not quite sure if that person is telling the truth, or you're not quite sure of their intentions, or something. But I'd want to say, like, if we talked about it, we call it like a suitor, as in possible love interest or something around you. But yeah, I feel like for you, you don't like upsetting people. You really, really don't, and it doesn't sit well with you. And I feel that's where you're saying, like, you want some guidance there, because what keeps coming through is, but you've got to do what makes you happy, not what makes mum happy or makes your dad happy or your brothers or your sisters. It's got to be ultimately you, because you have to live your life. But I feel like there's just a part of you that is fed up of towing the line, is fed up of doing things other people want. And is would this be also true to say, and I hope it's okay to say, but I feel like you would understand, like, you can see lots of people around you that look incredibly unhappy, and you don't want that life. I feel like you want something different. And can I also give you this? I feel like people don't understand you. Okay. And I feel like if people knew that you were looking for intuitive guidance and stuff, it would be like, well, why are you doing that? And I want to say, like, I want to encourage you in the spiritual knowledge, because I feel like you're here. Accurate, thank you. But I feel like you're here. Can I give you this? Okay, you're here to set other people free. Thank you for saying I'm accurate. Okay, but you're here to set other people free, darling. Okay, there feels like there's a lot of oppression, and it feels like you can't be who you truly are. But darling, you are the voice of thousands and thousands of women, because it just feels like we have to toe the line, we have to do what's good. But you see, and I'm going to be honest here, okay? I hope this is okay to say, but I feel like you see your mum being so unhappy. I do. I feel like you see that she's tired, but she doesn't say anything. She's always kept the house nice and clean. She never wants for anything, but she does the same thing day in, day out. And Samina, you literally look at your life and you're like, I'm looking at myself in 30 years' time. That's going to be me. Married to some man that I'm not saying, your dad isn't an amazing person, but I just feel it's like you look at your life and you're like, there has to be more to life than this. And there does. And that's where you are here to change things, because that's what's happening in this planet right now. That's why so many of us are awakening to who we truly are as a person. Because what is really important is that we find out who we are. That's why, if any one of you are an awakened soul, and again, if you're watching this on a replay and you are an awakened soul, you woke up for a reason. You didn't wake up just to have a simple life. You came here because you're here to teach other people. You're here to go first. And Samina, I'm hearing that for you. Okay. You're here to go first. And it has to start with you. And I know you would say to me, if I was doing a privately reading with you, you would say to me, but what does that look like? And I want to say, you've got to be careful writing in a journal, right? I don't know why, but does someone read your journals, or yeah, has mum gone through your journal or gone through your diary or something? And you've got to be careful or not leave it lying around. I think, like, mum's a twitcher. That's what they're showing me. Okay, they're just showing me this thing just with mum. Okay, and it just feel, or your sister or something. But it just feels like someone reads your diary or someone reads your notes, and you have to be so careful that you don't put things down. But I just feel this older male energy, and this male energy has passed. He feels like he's a guide to you, though. I wouldn't so much say he was a relative, but it feels like someone from the community is coming through for you, and he says, things must change. But they start with you. They start with, and I feel like you'll hear from your parents. Okay, don't be difficult. It's the way it is. Do you know what, Samina? You've been told that so often, my darling. Well, it's the way it is. How many people know that watching this? It's the way it is. Just shut up, put up, and get on with it. That's what so many people do. But the point of being an awakened being is we came here for that change. We came here to do something different. And that's what's important for you. So I would, and I feel like you'll understand, like, it starts with one person, is what they're showing me. And it starts with you. But then when you say something, you're going to find a sister, not necessarily a blood sister, but you'll find another young woman who wants to say exactly what you do. And I want to say quietly, don't make a big fuss of it all, okay? But quietly what it is that you want to say and work together. Okay? That's what I'm really feeling for you. But yeah, I feel like there's change afoot, they're saying to me. And numbers. Because a movement is started by one person, and then another person joins and another person. And before you know it, you've got a small little group of women. But it takes someone saying no. And maybe that person is you. Because I would really and truly love for you to create change. And I want to say from this man here, it's so overdue. People have been living this way for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it starts with you. There you go, my darling. What do you make of that? Let me know in the comments there what you think to that. And if anyone else is reading this energy here, but I really feel like there needs to be a change, and it's going to come from women. Hello, Sarah. Hi, darling. No worries you're joining a bit late. I think I might actually go a bit later next week. I think I might come on about 9 o'clock at night. Because I remember that I used to get a lot more people coming on at 9 p.m. rather than 8 p.m. And I can do whenever, really. So I think I used to do 9 p.m. on another platform. Katie, you'll have to remind me. I'm sure I was on at 9 till 10:30. I was. Oh, I tell you what, next week we'll do 9. How about that? Does that work better? If you're in the chat, say thumbs up if 9 p.m. is better than 8 p.m. That's in this country here, okay, by the way, United Kingdom. But if you are watching on the replay and 9 p.m. is better for you, thumbs up, or just put yep, Cal, 9 p.m. wicked, done. See you next week. Anyway, Samina, does that make, yes, 9 p.m. Brilliant, Katie. Because I don't know why I chose 8. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I love that. There will be a next week live. Oh yeah, I'm just going to keep doing these. Do you know what? Because I love them. Right, I love helping people, but I had to take 6 months off to find me, really, I suppose, and create all those courses. I've written 3 courses now, so I just didn't have time. But it's my lovely bestie here, Katie Roberts, in the chat, who said to me that she could see me going live. I was like, Katie, pack it in. Then I ended up, what was it, a Tuesday, wasn't it, Katie? I read for you the whole day. And then I said to you, Spirit are telling me that I need to do intuitive guidance. I need to go live. And Katie went, I know, I've seen it for you. Don't worry, darling. And what did I do, Katie? I then said, this was like, I think it was like the 8th of July. And I went, do you know what? I'm going to go live on the 15th of July. And then I'm here on the 22nd. And then I guess we're doing the 29th, aren't we? At 9 p.m. in the UK, eh? How about that? Anyway, Samina, does that all ring a bell for you? That makes sense to me. They're so true about me. Oh, beautiful. And just thank you for confirming that, what I'm picking up on your energy is correct. Because I also feel like I just want to say, like, wear your hair how you want to wear your hair. Why do I need to say that? If you want your hair up and down, you can have your hair up and down. And I don't know why, but it just feels like you have to toe the line with Dad. It does. Yes, she'll be here next week too. Thank you, Katie. I got my own little reader in the chat here. I have. Okay. I got my own little psychic medium. I got my own little intuitive energy reader. I thought I was going to be next week. Wanted to do a lot in my life, sacrifice for family. Yeah, definitely. But just remember, you're not alone. I think that was the context of this reading, if I'm really honest, Samina, is I want you to know you're not alone. And I don't know what you've got kind of like social media out there but it just feels like there's so many of you. I feel like there's thousands and thousands of young women out there that just, there needs to be a change. But just remember what I gave you there, okay? It takes one person to create a change, but quietly. And this doesn't mean you're going to destroy a lot, okay? It just means that you just say that you don't want to do what's always been done. I'm not quite sure how you're going to do it, but my love, you're awakened for a reason. And there's a reason you found your way here. And that's so I could give you this reading. Because whoever has stumbled across this live, you're meant to be finding me. What you do with that, it's up to you. But Yeah, I sense change is afoot. I love saying that, but I do. I really sense change is afoot, and you know, you'll find your way. You will. If you want to chat to me at some point afterwards, my love, please feel free to do so. My links and details of how to contact me and how to find me, are beneath this in the show notes, just beneath there, my love. But I kind of hope that's helped you in some way because things do need to change, and it starts with you. There you go. That's sure. Do you also tune into Divine Partnership? I do, Sarah. Yes, I do. I love a bit of Divine Partnership. Me, why not? I told Katie, I've described that's yours. Anyhow, Samina, there you are, my darling. All right, that's yours. Thank you ever so much for being here, and thank you for also coming on before the chat even started. So yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and yeah, I'm sure I'll catch you again, Samina. All right. Um, so yes, I love Divine Partnership. So I've already described Katie's perfect man. I won't say his name because he might be on here, he might be watching, but I have seen who she's going to marry, and he is gorgeous. If I went that way, I would be jealous. I've told I feel that for Serena. Good luck, darling. But Katie, he's gorgeous, isn't he? And this time, Katie cannot timeline jump past this guy. That's what she did last time. Because I described the guy she was going to meet, and then she could see him, and then she went, "I just not fancying dating, really, Kel." And then he goes back into the pool. So this one, though, we love. He's nice. I won't say too much, but please keep him, Katie. Please don't timeline jump past him. I feel like I know him so well. I do. I feel like me and him are besties. But yes, Sarah, I do Divine Partnership, my darling. I do tune into energies, connections, love. Oh, we all love a little bit of love. I'm locked in with this one. But yeah, we all have a bit of love. So yeah, if you want some help and support around Divine Partnership, sure, no worries. Thank you so much for such a meaningful, insightful read. Oh, and Samina, maybe come back and watch this one again at some point as well. Add it to your favorites or add it to your own little playlist. And maybe when you're feeling those times where you're just like, oh, I just can't do it, just watch this. Watch this and know that you found your way here to get a message because something or somebody is looking out for you. That's something really important to understand because something is guiding us, and none of us actually know what that is. You can call it a spirit guide, you can call it the universe, whatever it is, your loved ones, but something is looking after all of us, and we're being guided to on our path because we all came here for a soul contract, right? And you guys have found your way here for a reason, and it's just beautiful that, Sarah was here last week, which was gorgeous. Thank you for coming back. I must have did a fairly good job if she came back, especially if you're in Denmark, and then Samina, you're in Pakistan. I had what was her name? Lady from earlier from Texas. She was here, so it's good. And then Katie's over in North Wales, this Meg, careful. Sorry, Meg was just stretching there if you saw the little camera move. Anyway, we've also Andrea, are you still on the line, my darling? If you would love a little bit of a read. Let me know if Andrea J6751. Oh god, wow, you're surrounded by cats, Andrea. Tell me you're still here, my love. Yes, awesome. God, you got cats, girl. Yes, if you feel like it, I would love it. Oh, Sarah, why not, eh? In for a penny, in for a pound, girl, eh? Make the most of it before I won't have time. So, well, when I say I won't have time, I mean there will eventually be like 20 or 30 people in the chat here, So let's enjoy these lovely quiet evenings we've got together. Where we can, it's because I feel like we're making a nice little family here. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about family. I'm all about community and bringing people together. And this energy tonight has just felt so held, so loved, so beautiful. So thank you. So Andrea, let's read for you. Oh, I know who you are. I just saw you in my head. There we go. What have we got there? You're in Northern Ireland. Hello, TSDF-B1Z. What's your name? I can't call you that. TSDF. Or just, I don't know, just give me a little nickname, Cappy or something. Or I'll just call you the Northern Irish lass. Hey, how about that? Anyway, Andrea, let me take a sip of drink. Game of chess, my love. Oh, I know. I've listened to that many times since. Isn't it lovely, Sarah, that you're able to listen back though? It's nice. I love the fact that you get to share it here, back on YouTube. I really do. Anyway, Andrea, I remember you, and you had something to do with a mail, didn't you? And I want to say, tea will be grand, brilliant tea. Okay, cool. But I want to say, when I tune into your energy, I feel like there's been some growth. But I feel like the lessons have been hard, the lessons have been tough. But I feel like, Andrea, you're understanding now that the same lesson, this is important for anybody else watching on the replay here, okay? You will receive the same lesson from a different person and a different person and a different person until you actually get it. And I feel like you finally got it, okay? But I feel like it took you 2 or 3 people that had different names, came to you in different ways for you to understand the lesson. But now you've got the lesson, the trigger isn't happening. Oh, thank you so much, Samina. Bless you. I love you, my darling. But yes, now you've got the lesson, the trigger is no longer happening. And I want to say, you're like, I feel like I want you to be kind to yourself, Andrea, okay? Because it took as long as it did. And I do feel sometimes that you can be a little bit hard on yourself, but you don't need to be. Because Andrea, I want to say today, like, you found me because you're right on time. And you haven't wasted 2, 3, 4, 5 years of your life. Nothing's a waste. If anybody watching this now thinks that, they've wasted their life, you haven't. Even if you spent 20 years with somebody, and you look back, and I did a reading for a lady on Sunday, and she's like, I spent 25 years with a guy and I never, ever, ever loved him. But I stayed because of my kids. Do you know? So I'm so negative lately. Thank you. Yeah. And I just feel like I need to say that to you, Andrea. Like, and I can also feel like your inner child coming through here, and it's her that's, it's her here that is saying, like, we've wasted so long. Why haven't we achieved the things we want to do? I feel like if you look at your life 5 years ago, you're pretty much still in the same place, but I came here today with you in this space to say, but now you've got it, right? And now you've learnt it. It won't come up again. It can't come up again. But what I need you to do, well, I don't, when I say need, by the way, I don't mean it. It's just my language that I use. Okay. So when I am giving you guidance, please understand it is just guidance. It doesn't mean anything. It's just guidance. Okay. But what I want to say to you is, let's make some forward plans now, because it does feel like you spend a lot of time looking back and looking back and looking back. And I want to say, but we need to start moving you forward now, because the past has gone and the future is yet to happen. But if we always live in the past and we look back to the past, then we never quite get to move forward and get to move on in our lives. And I want to say to you, like, what are your plans? We've still got, okay, so it's August, what, in 10 days time, okay, or 9 days time or something. What are your plans? Because I feel like you're already thinking about next year. I feel like you've already thought about Christmas. But I want to say, Andrea, let's stay in this moment. Because I feel like there is part of you that also, oh God, it's Friday again. I mean, I know weeks can go very, very quickly, but I feel like what I'm hearing for you, Andrea, is let's get you in this present moment. Let's have you here. Let's have you now. And let's enjoy what we've got. And also, Andrea, when you said that you've been thinking negatively a lot, where are you with your gratitudes? And to any of you watching here, gratitude is the greatest energy in the universe. The universe loves you for several things. It loves you being really thankful. It loves you taking inspired action and moving very, very quickly. Okay. And I just feel for you, Andrea, and here's something that I do. Okay. So before I go to bed every single night, I always think about the best part of my day. And I always go to sleep thinking about the best bit, the best thing that I achieved. And then last night I went to bed and I made a list of 10 things that were really great about yesterday. And I sat there for about 15 minutes going, what 10 things yesterday? And I want you to try this, Andrea. Okay. I want you to get yourself your own journal. Okay. So for want of a better word, this was a quid. I think, what was it, B&M or something? It was £1. Okay. But for want of a better word, or I mean, here, I picked this up from a car boot sale, 20p. Okay. All right. But Katie, I'd love you to join me in doing that. Okay. But before you go to bed, And if you are one of those people, and again, you're watching on the replay or whatever, okay, and you are one of those people and you're always on your phone and you're scrolling, well, how about pick up a journal from somewhere, okay, and call it 5 things that went really well for me today. Okay, I will do that. Gratitude inspired action. All right. But Andrea, I feel like I'm giving you this message for a reason, because we can sit and dwell on the negative forever. We can say, and I feel like you'll understand, what is it? Something downer. Doris the Downer, or there's a saying, I can't, Katie, you'll know what I mean. I feel like your dad will know what I mean, my love. Okay. But Debbie Downer, thank you. Cheers. Who was that? Someone just said to me in my head, Debbie Downer. I don't know. I heard that clear. I don't know whose voice that was. Debbie Downer. But yeah, it was Katie. Probably. Katie, did you just speak to me in my head just then? I feel like you did. I heard a voice in my head, which was Debbie Downer. I was like, oh my God, whose voice is that? But yes, so like tonight when I go to bed, I will sit down and write 10 things that have been incredible about today. And I won't stop. And it's like yesterday, I did something in my business, and I wrote that I found a way to actually create this new service. And I put how amazing. But what I want you to do is, for any of you watching here, when you are writing those wins, I want you to feel them. I want you to, and especially you, Andrea, okay, feel them in your body. Feel how great and amazing is. So let's say you made a new meal today. Let's say you followed a recipe, because Andrea, I feel like there's some home cooking needed as well. Look after yourself. It was you. I thought it was Katie. Okay. But yeah, I really feel like some home cooking, looking after yourself. But let's say, for example, you cook a brand new meal. Okay. That could be one of your wins. Maybe somebody smiled at you in the supermarket today. Somebody let you out. I mean, me and Katie, we let everybody out. We do. Hey, Nikki. Hey, babe. Oh my God, girl. Nikki, how are you? We need a catch up, girl. This energy here, Nikki. Oh my God, Nikki, love you. Absolutely beautiful energy. Wow, you are glowing, girlfriend. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I feel everybody who comes into this chat and I'm like, hello, welcome. But Andrea, yeah. So just going back to you, my love. Sorry to digress there. I just want you to feel the great things, even if, for example, one of your cats came onto your lap and gave you a beautiful cuddle. Yesterday, like I sent Katie a picture, but I was so grateful. I know we do. Oh, I love you too. Oh, Nikki, let's do a session, girl. Honestly, you feel amazing. It feels like there's feels like things with your cafe and stuff are shifting forward now for you. Just seeing that there. But like just one of the things to be grateful for is Jack came to me and gave me a cuddle. Jack doesn't do that. And I felt so grateful that my rescue dog actually came and led on me because he felt safe enough. So Andrea, with one of your cats, for example, or, if you see something amazing, and what I'm feeling for you, Andrea, is look at the things that make you smile. And then you can do it in the morning. But try it for me. How does that seem for you, Andrea? Because I just feel like something needs to change, love. It does. Change is in the air. Do you know what I'm seeing for you, Andrea? Mary Poppins, I feel for Andrea, rediscovering the things she likes and loves again. Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like you've lost yourself a little bit. But I want to say that's okay. Hello, T. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, it is. It's Mary Poppins, isn't it? There's changes coming. And then the wind. I'm going to watch Mary Poppins at the weekend. Oh, it's one of my favourite films is Mary Poppins. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Oh, wow. Yes, big limbo. Thank you both. And Andrea, please, I really hope you subscribe here and, come and sit with us in this energy every week if you want. I don't know how long I'm going to be going live for, but certainly the next few weeks, Spirit are just telling me, and they're just like I say, let's bring a family of people together, so make it. It's going to be 9 p.m. Okay, but come and join us, 9 p.m. on a Wednesday. And make it a date with Kel. Let's have a cup of coffee. So, Andrea, we really want to see you back next week. Okay. So, I don't know if you're busy, but if you are, cancel. Because 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, Kel's live. And do you know what? When I used to go live on the old, the Big Blue platform, I used to get people that would deliberately have dinner and they would stop and they would wait. Defo a change has to come, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I used to get people going, "Wednesday night, I can't go out, it's girls' night." And people used to put me on TV, and all sorts, you know. So Andrea, because I'm sure Katie will be here probably. Well, I'm sure she will be if she I'm sure she can squeeze us in. But yeah, so make it a date. And Sarah's gonna be here, next Wednesday, which is beautiful. So Katie will be here. And before we know it, we're gonna have one beautiful big family. And then people will be coming along and popping along and going, "Hey, love." So just know that you're at the start of something amazing and beautiful and incredible, beautiful people here. So Andrea, that's yours, my darling, and we really want to hear from you next week. Me and Katie do, and I'm sure whoever else is going to join us here. I know Sarah will be here. So let us know how you get on, and I just want you to give yourself a score today. Okay, so Andrea, I want to say, score yourself. How do you feel out of 10 in this moment? And if it's only a 4, 4 is perfect. Okay. But I'd love to know how you feel in a week's time, and just do 5 wins, 5 things that have made you smile today. But you know what? Because you're in that vibration, because you're in that energy, you're going to be looking for more things like that. And that's where we get something called confirmation bias. So, Andrea, that is yours, my darling. And I look forward to your update. And by the way, you can also pop stuff in the chat before it goes live. So if you've got an update before, pop it in the chat because it'll be live then. Anyway, Andrea, beautiful to read from you, my girl. And let's focus on where we're going, not on where we've come from. That's yours, beautiful. And also to Ellie, I'm sure it makes sense to other people that have been here. So amazing. So we've got T here, we've got Nikki, and we've got Sarah. Who is wanting to go next? Andrea, squeeze and hugs for you. And I'm definitely going to watch Mary Poppins. There's loads of cricket on this week, though. There's so much cricket on. I can make time. I can do Mary Poppins. I've got an evening. It's the 100 at cricket at the moment. So that's what I've been watching on Sky Sports. Anyway, we've got T. Ride the wave and be excited. At the end of the day, surely it will be better. Oh, you've got lovely energy. You have. Big hugs to Andrea. See, and I tell you what, Nikki's like a sister, like a mum. She is. Honestly, I've never met her, but I just want to give her the biggest squeeze in the whole wide world. God, your energy feels gorgeous, beautiful girl. Yeah. So we've got a little bit of time left. So, T, are you wanting anything from me, my lovely? Whilst you're here, let me know if you want to, because over there in Northern Ireland. Thanks, Katie and TSDF. Oh, beautiful. See, you're already friends. See? Yes, sure. Okay, cool. Wicked. So what did you want? Was there anything in specific there, T, that you wanted? Are you wanting intuitive, or would you love mediumship? Because you've got an option of both. So I know you've got to wait 40 seconds. But hopefully, have the ads been better, by the way? And it shouldn't be 60 seconds now, because you can pick how long you can delay between replies to stop spam. So I'm learning stuff, so it's all good. But yeah, what did you want? I don't think you have said. If I go back up to you, T will be grand. You put Northern Ireland. That's the first time I saw you. So yeah, let me know what it is you're after, because there's quite a few things for you coming through. Intuitive, wicked. Okay. Destination. Happiness is not a destination. It is a way of life. I've got loads of signs up here, and I've just looked at that one, and I know that's true. Yes, only 2 ads over the time. Oh, wicked, Katie. Thank you. I can't slow it down any further than 30 minutes, I don't believe. So that's good. It's better than, I think it was every 15 minutes or something, or 5 minutes before. I don't know. But right. Anyhow, T, what have we got? Intuitive. So let's just see. Yeah. So again, I've just done that twice to say, is that the same thing? So happiness is a destination, not a destination. It is a way of life. There's something about you. You've overcome an awful lot, and you have a lot to share with a lot of people. And why do I feel like you have a lot of people around you, but it takes time for people to get to know you, to get to know the real you? Because when you let yourself go, and when you are properly on show and you are glowing in your light, you are glowing in your energy, everybody is attracted around you completely. And I feel this. I feel like, are you aware, T, that so many people feel your energy? And I also want to say, though, that you feel a lot of people. You're very, you've got a lot of empathy, but you take on a lot, don't you, T? You really do. It feels like you can feel someone's sorrow. Katie does this. You can feel someone's sorrow. You can feel someone's pain. And it's almost like T. I also feel like sometimes you know what someone's thinking before they say it. And you'll do that sometimes, and I feel like for you, things are starting to open up for you as well. Like your intuition is also coming online. But can I say this, T? Would it make sense that it runs in the family? I just feel like all of you women have all been intuitive. But I feel like with you, you're very accurate as well, aren't you? But what I'm noticing in your energy, T, and thank you for talking to me, is that you're getting better and better. And I feel like you're very rarely wrong now. And can I give you this, okay? I feel like you know that somebody around you is telling porcupines. And I feel like there's something about a marriage around you, nothing to do with you, but I feel like you'll understand, you suspect that there's somebody playing away. You do. You know that there's a man with a woman, and you just can't put, you say, this is what T says. She can't, there's summer, but she can't quite put her finger on it. If you want to go for a coffee or a cup of tea, it'd be a tea with you, wouldn't it, love? I don't know. I feel like a tea rather than a coffee. I could be wrong, but I just feel like me and you, let's have a brew tea, shall we? Let's get on a knit and that, I love, eh? All right. But I feel like you know when people are being deceitful. You know when people aren't being honest. And I genuinely do feel like you know someone's having an affair in a relationship or a marriage. I do. Yeah, see? Look at that. But you've got no proof whatsoever. But I want to say to you, you are 100% correct. And one of the sayings that T has is there's no smoke without fire. And for anybody watching on the replay and anybody here today, okay, whatever you feel, it's true. Okay? There's no mistaking what you're feeling. What you're sensing about another person, even if they are not speaking to you, it's right. It's, even though we're told that we need to logically understand things before things make sense, we feel things before things come into manifestation, before things come apart. And I just want to say, like, you're so accurate. And and this is what T does. Okay, they're just showing me. It's in the tea leaves. Was one of your was your grandma or something? Was she a gypsy? That's cool. Was she a gypsy Rose Lee? I just feel like you'll know something. They're showing me this, and I'm not going to tip it, but there's a lady. Was it like an auntie to you or something? Because I feel like you'll get what I mean by like Gypsy Rose Lee, but used to put the tea leaves in a cup. And then my grandma was a tea leaf reader. My great grandmother was. And then you move stuff around. She used to move stuff around with her fingers, and she would look into the cup of tea, and she'd do readings like that. Does that make sense? But I feel like you come from a great line of readers, and I'm here with you today to say you're not wrong in any way, shape, or form. But can I also say that you need to help other people get as good as you are at being able to read and understand the energy and the things that are going on, because that's one of your purposes here. And I feel quite restless in your energy. It feels like getting out there and helping people, and I just feel like this is one of the things that T would say. Oh, God, miserable git. Miserable. What's he got to moan about, eh? Honestly. And I feel like T with you, you speak as you find as well. And you know what? I love someone like you, because I think we need more people that are just honest. Because T, she can't keep it in, okay? A bit like Nikki. Nick's the same as me. I'm that person, by the way. If you say to me, "Don't look," right? This is me, right? If you say to me, "Don't look at that person," I'm like, "What? Where?" I can't stop it. Nick's the same, okay? Right? I'm like, "What?" And someone will say, like, "Don't look, 2 o'clock," and I'll be like, what? What's going on? And that's tea. I know that is okay. And the thing is also with tea, I got you, love. I've got to say, like, if you come on here, I think there was a few that had a good intuition. Many thanks, Kel. That was great. You very accurate. Okay, awesome. But tea, I just want to say here, my love, as well. Um, uh, yeah, I sense bringing people around you, helping people experience their intuition, but yeah, just helping people because like Katie would know and Nikki knows, the more that you heal your inner child, the more that you learn to trust, the inner child learns to trust you, and the more that little girl is happy inside of you, the greater and the stronger your intuition has. And T, I can just feel your little girl inside of you. And I feel like you'll understand something like Sharon, or Shammy, something like that. I don't know if that's her name, but I'm seeing the Shamrock, obviously. But I feel like you'll understand something about a small little ginger girl around you. I don't know why I want to give you that, but I really, really do. I don't know if that's connected with your inner child or something, but just know they're showing me that so clearly for you. And something about like a little green dress or something is also coming through for you. Have you done some work with your inner child there? Because I just feel like you've been on a hell of a journey, but you know that there's a journey still to go, but you are fascinated by this. And I want to say you could do exactly what it is that I'm doing, my darling. You really could. And but sometimes it just takes people, having having the guts to go out there and go and do this stuff. Because the thing is, ultimately, I can't see any of you, but T, I just want you to know, like, you're never wrong. You've got beautiful, gorgeous energy. You really, really have. And there's a little lad coming through to you called Tommy. Do you do psychic stuff yourself, T? Can you feel spirit children? And I want to say spirit children, and you'd know something about you keep being drawn to a specific place. What's Kilkenny mean to you, or County Dare? County Adair. I don't know any places. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what those places are. Okay, but why do I feel like you feel spirit children? Can you just pop that in the chat there and let me know? Because I'm picking up a young little lad around you, and I feel like Katie, you can find him, and Mickey, maybe Nikki, you can also feel him. And if anybody else is a reader here as well, I don't know, Sarah, if you pick up on energy at all as well, my darling, but I just feel that there's this little lad here, and he's just showing you like a dap or like a plimsoll or something. And he's got his PE kit, and he's got his PE bag, and he's got a bright red jumper on, and he's got his white PE top on, and he's got little brown grey shorts on, and he's got a big smiley face, and he's got a gap in his tooth just there. Just know I'm strongly picking up this very beautiful, gorgeous young male energy around you today. And he's just waving at you. But I feel like you'll know who that guy is for some reason, that little young lad. I feel like he's about 4 or 5 years of age. I don't know why, but I just know that I am seeing him so clearly around you today, my darling. I'll stay on and I'll wait and see what you've got to say there. But that's what comes through for you, my lovely. And thank you for saying that you thought it was very accurate. That's beautiful. I think I've done really well tonight, to be fair. All of you have absolutely loved it and gone, brilliant. Yes, Kel, thank you. Really enjoyed that. So that's really, really awesome. I am doing work, Kel. Oh, beautiful tea. That's amazing, my love. And I'm really glad you found me. Please give us a subscribe and a follow. And I would love to see you again on here at some point, and that does go for any of you. If you even watch this on the replay, please give us a subscribe. It doesn't make any difference to me, but I would just love you to come and be part of our family as we grow, and I can feel stuff in places beautiful, awesome, and I might do the occasional weekend one or whatever. I don't know. I'm very open to doing whatever works. Spirit just said to me Wednesday 8 o'clock to start with, and we're doing next Wednesday at 9, and I can't do a Sunday for a couple of weeks because I do stuff in my school community, but I'm sure I might be able to do a Sunday at some point. Who knows? But anyway, amazing, Kel, such a lovely evening. Anyway, I really hope that's been a really, really beautiful evening for everyone that has joined. I'm kind of feeling a little bit tired now, so I'm going to stop because that has been 93 minutes. Now, where does time go, hey? But anyway, it has been absolutely gorgeous. I really hope. And sorry, Sarah, I didn't get a chance to do Divine Partnership, but do come and join me next week, okay? Because it would be lovely to be with you again in the energy. But let's do 9 o'clock next Wednesday. I'll create an event and do everything and pop all the link and stuff out, and you guys will see it. But just thank you. It has been amazing and incredible. And if you've watched on the replay, thank you for being here. But sending you guys so much copious amounts of love. And let's do it again next week. And remember, before I go, do your 5 things that were great about today. Perfect. Their kids show up all the time. Love sunbed. Are beautiful. So remember, before next week, do the 5 things that were amazing before you go to sleep and see how much your life will change. And I will see you guys next week, 9 o'clock. Join me then. Take care. Mwah. Sending you so much love. Bye-bye.